If you haul a heavy fishing kayak, a few inches of trailer height can change everything at the boat ramp. That was exactly my problem with my Malone LowBed MicroSport trailer. Even though it is already a low bed trailer, my kayak was still sitting higher than I wanted because of the extra crossbars under the bunks, so I removed them, lowered the kayak on the trailer, and it made a big difference. This was over here, connected to this, and I remove it because see, it should be somewhere over here. If you haul a heavy fishing kayak, a few inches of trailer height can change everything at the boat ramp. That was exactly my problem with my Malone LowBed MicroSport trailer. Even though it is already a low bed trailer, my kayak was still sitting higher than I wanted because of the extra crossbars under the bunks. And when you are dealing with a heavy kayak, those extra inches matter. In this video, I want to show you a simple before and after change that made my trailer much easier to use. This is not a full step-by-step install video because I already completed the modification, but I do want to show you how it looked before, why I removed those bars, and how the setup looks now. And just to be clear, I did not change the axle or suspension. What I changed was the upper support setup. I removed the extra crossbars under the bunks so the kayak could sit lower on the trailer. This trailer is a Malone LowBed MicroSport, and the kayak is an Old Town Sportsman ePDL Plus 120 Pro. If you know this kayak, then you know it is not light. It is a serious fishing kayak, and once it is rigged, you want the trailer to help you at the ramp, not work against you. So let me show you how it was before. Before the change, the kayak was sitting on bunks that were raised by extra crossbars. In the screenshots, I marked the bars that I removed. At first glance, that setup may look fine. Everything was supported and the trailer was usable. But for the way I launched, the kayak was simply too high. The biggest problem showed up at the boat ramp. Because the kayak was sitting higher, I had to back the trailer farther into the water before the kayak would float free. That does not sound like a big deal until you do it over and over again. On some ramps, that meant I had to go deeper than I wanted. Sometimes I had to step into the water myself, and if there was a dock or pier nearby, I would sometimes use it just to push the kayak off the trailer. That is not the kind of launch I wanted. I wanted a setup where the kayak could float off more naturally without needing so much water depth and without so much extra effort from me. And because this kayak is heavy, every little bit of extra height makes loading and unloading harder. It was not only unloading that was annoying. Loading the kayak back onto the trailer was hard too. After a day on the water, the last thing I wanted was to fight the trailer at the ramp. Because the bunks were sitting higher, getting the kayak back onto the trailer took more effort and more pushing than I liked. Like this? Easy because it's low. If it's gonna be like this, it's very much harder. This kayak is very heavy. And it's better to go in the water. If the launch area had no pier, no dock, or no good place to stand, it was even worse, so that is why I changed it. I removed the extra crossbars that were adding unnecessary height to the bunk setup. I did not do it for looks only, although I do think the trailer looks cleaner now. I did it for function. I wanted the kayak to sit lower, closer to the trailer, and closer to the water when I am on the ramp. After removing those bars, the kayak sits noticeably lower. So here on the front, it's about 24 inches, and on the back it's about 27 inches. The front height is now roughly 24 inches and the rear is about 27 inches. Those are approximate numbers, but they show the difference. And in real use, that lower position has made the trailer much better for me. Now, when I back down the ramp, I do not need to put the trailer as deep into the water. The kayak can start floating sooner. That means I do not need to walk as far into the water, and I do not need to force the kayak off the trailer as much as before. The whole process feels easier and more natural. The same thing is true when loading back up. Because the kayak is starting from a lower position, it is easier to guide it onto the trailer. I am not fighting that extra height anymore. For a heavy fishing kayak, that matters a lot. And this is especially helpful at places that are not perfect. Not every launch has a nice pier. Not every boat ramp is ideal. Sometimes you launch from a simple ramp with limited space and no dock at all. In those situations, a lower trailer setup makes a real difference. So this is how the trailer looks now. The extra bars are gone, the kayak sits lower, and the setup works better for the way I actually use it. For my Malone LowBed MicroSport trailer and my Old Town Sportsman ePDL Plus 120 Pro, this was absolutely the right move. I am not saying every setup needs the exact same change. It depends on your kayak, your support points, and how your trailer is configured. You always want to make sure the kayak is supported correctly and that everything still has proper clearance. But for my setup, removing those extra bars solved the biggest problem I had at the ramp. So that is the before and after. Before, the kayak sat too high and launching was harder than it needed to be. After removing the extra bars, the kayak sits lower.
So this is my trailer now. You see, without that.
Unloading is easier, loading is easier, and the trailer works much better at the ramp. For me, this was one of the best changes I could make to this setup. Simple idea, but a big improvement in real use. If you have a similar setup and your kayak feels too high at the ramp, it is definitely worth looking at where that extra height is coming from. In my case, it was those extra crossbars. Once they were gone, the trailer became much easier to use. Thanks for watching.